Hey, this is Oren, the Gimkit teacher, and today we're going to go through Knockback. You're going to learn how to play it, you're going to learn what the strategies are for success, and you're going to learn how to introduce this into a classroom with the best settings possible. So let's go ahead and select Knockback. I like to have it on 7 minutes, too long and it gets a little hectic. My energy is at 5,000, but for you, if you want to have them answer more questions, just make it like 1,000, and that's good enough. When you are answering questions on Knockback, your character is invisible or invincible to some extent, so it is perfectly fine for your students to sit there and answer questions without feeling the need to get out there and they're not dying and stuff. Okay. So I'm going to answer a few of these questions. So once you answer questions, you have these blasts, I believe they're called. No, pixels. I don't know what it is. Okay. These are little pixelated ammunition that you have. You see the other person's over there answering questions. They're invisible and a little invincible. So you're avoiding their shots. Once they get out, it's on. When they take damage, they take about 25 damage, and they get a little knockback bounce. Knockback bounce is when you get hit, you get knocked back a little bit. The higher that damage, the further back you get knocked back. Okay? So this is very similar to a game called Super Smash Brothers, where if you get damaged, the higher your damage, the easier it is to knock you off of the ledge. The object of this game is similar to sumo wrestling. If you get knocked off of the arena, you lose a point, okay? You lose a point, or really, you don't lose a point. The other player gains a point. So that's very interesting. You also get back a percentage of health when you knock out a player. I believe it's 50%. So you get 50% back, like you heal 50% if you knock out a player while you all are battling it out. Now, 1v1 is a little different from a full class of people. A full class of 15, 20, 25, 30 folk playing this game, it gets a little wild. So I would recommend, if you are playing, try to keep your pixelator, that's the name of the gadget, keep your pixelator straight. Okay, like people want to learn how to use a mouse and move it everywhere, but it's so easy to just shoot and actually accidentally hit the ground. Then if you're just playing with a trackpad, a touchpad on your laptop, and just aiming just straight to the left or straight to the right, then just run around and shoot. That's a little bit easier because it will ensure that every shot hits, rather than going kind of diagonal and missing, or going diagonal and literally going above the other person's head or hitting the ground before it even gets to them. These pixelated shots go pretty far too, which is actually really cool. And they utilize the cover on this game very well. There's multiple platforms you can jump up to. Now there are 7 main island platforms. I call them islands. There's 7 islands in the sky, and they're numbered 1 through 7. If you get to number 1, best believe you can't go to the left anymore without being knocked out and, all that stuff. So it's good to be aware of your surroundings so that you know how far you are from a spot where there are no more islands left. It's also good to be aware of your jumps when you're playing the game. You always have a double jump like any other platformer Gimkit game, but with this, sometimes your jumps go away when you get hit. Sometimes your jumps go away when you're in midair already, and it might count being hit as a jump sometimes. So it's good to kind of not jump unless or at least when you're in a battle, to not jump as much. Or you could lose a jump and expect to have one, but you don't. What's cool about this game as well is when you are fighting from the air, like if you're on a higher platform and you are jumping, doing the forbidden stuff I'd said not to, there is a potential to be spiked. similar to volleyball. A spike is when you hit someone slanted at a diagonal angle down into the abyss. With enough knockback on your character, you could be hit in a directional path towards that voided space to where even jumping will not help you because you are launched down like a slam dunk, like a home run, a grand slam. As I said already, a spike, one of those knees in soccer, those jumping kick things. Look, that's all I'm trying to say. I went ahead and checked the score. I have about a minute 47 seconds left. When I run, I typically try not to shoot when I'm running. If I'm doing a 1v1, now if it's a classroom thing, yeah, you should be shooting like almost constantly because you will be hitting somebody, and that's how you score. If someone falls into the abyss but they don't have any health taken away, then it's perfectly fine. They don't lose any lives, and no one gets any points from that. It's only when you're hit. The last person who hits you, when you fall off, gets the point. So if there's a large class of people, and people are falling and stuff, it's good to be shooting because maybe your last little shot, even though you weren't in the main battle, hit that person as they were even falling down, and they will lose the point, or they'll yield their point to you. You know what I'm saying? Their point is yours instead of whoever was actually doing all the work. This also goes for if you were falling into the abyss yourself. Sometimes when I was falling, I just aim up and shoot like that, because if a player is falling above you, then they could get hit by that shot, and then you still get that point for when they go into the abyss all the way. So that's an easy way to kind of steal points, is to just keep shooting and aim up and shoot even if you're falling, because who knows, you might not catch the star, but you'll land on the moon. Yeah, I'm full of the quotes today. Alright, we got 3 seconds remaining. My character, I think, won. I like to drop at the end right there, just for a little extra show, but I mean, no one's watching that. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. If you have questions about that, let me know in the comments. Leave a subscription, a like. Thank you for this opportunity. Have a great rest of the day, guys.